Hello friends. Today we are going to learn about how black body radiation can be explained with the help of quantum mechanics. Okay, so in previous lecture, what we have learned about you have learned about the black body radiation. What is black body? What this is black body radiation spectra, and how that this is a laser pointer. Okay, this is the failure of classical mechanics. Classical mechanics could not explain the complete spectrum of black body radiation. So there is a Rayleigh-Jeans law which is applicable for higher wavelength, and for lower wavelength Wien's law is applicable. So complete spectrum cannot explain by classical mechanics. So we have to explain it by using which mechanics? Quantum mechanics. And so in order to explain it by quantum mechanics, the efforts is given by the Planck's. So first we'll study what is the Planck's hypothesis regarding black body radiation. So what Planck's hypothesis is that he predict or he given the hypothesis that energy is integral multiple of h mu. So that means black body consists of oscillators, and that oscillators gives the energy which is integral multiple of h mu. So there is an energy exchange between electromagnetic wave of frequency mu and matters. It occurs only in integral multiple of h mu. So that is the important hypothesis. Any energy emitted by the black body oscillator should be integral multiple of h mu. That means it will be h mu, twice h mu, thrice h mu in this way. So with this hypothesis, we have to explain the now we have to explain the black body radiation by using quantum hypothesis or by using quantum mechanics. So let's go to the PDF file for this. Okay, I will start the PDF here. So this one is your PDF or a derivation of expression. Now, so this one is your derivation of Planck's radiation law. So derivation means what? So you will get the equation of a Planck's law. This is the equation of a Planck's in terms of frequency. This equation we have to derive, and this equation is applicable for lower frequency as well as higher frequency. That means complete spectrum of a black body radiation can be explained by using this equation. So first of all we will go to the starting point. So this is the, we'll take some zoom it so you can easily visible it. So what is a Planck's hypothesis? Planck's hypothesis is in energy should be integral multiple of h mu, where h is your Planck's constant, mu is your frequency. So for what we have to do is that we have to consider that the black body, first we have to consider that black body consists of oscillators. Okay, oscillators, charge oscillator or particle oscillators are like that, and these particle oscillators emits the energy. That energy should be integral multiple of h mu. So so in order to find out the, this is known as your average energy. If you have to find out the average energy of a black body, then what we have to take, we have to find out the energy of all oscillators in the black body divided by total number of oscillators. So capital E is known as your energy of all oscillators in the black body, and capital N is known as your total number of oscillators. So next, how many oscillators are there in a black body? So total number of oscillators in the black body is given by expression n is equals to n naught summation infinity n starts from 0 e raised to the power minus n h mu divided by kt. So this expression comes from the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution, and this is the total number of oscillators in the black body. So from this equation, if there are n naught oscillators having energy 0 h mu, so then number of n naught oscillators. So if you write, suppose cap, if you have to take here capital N. Okay, so this is your capital N, total number of oscillators. This total number of oscillators should equals to the, this equals to the N naught. Okay, suppose this is your N naught, N naught plus N1 plus, here you will take plus, plus N2 plus, plus we will take n3, n4, n dash dash dash. This is up to which point? This is up to the n tends to infinity. N tends to infinity. This is n tends to infinity, and n start from the 0. So 0 means there are oscillators, n naught oscillators having 0 energy, n1 oscillators are there having energy. Which energy? 1 having energy 1 h mu. So it is, this is the energy of the n, n1 oscillators are there which having energy 1 h mu. N2 oscillators are there having energy twice h mu, having energy twice h mu. Okay, so there are n3 oscillators are there again having energy thrice h mu, so and so on in this way. So this total number of oscillators, this total number of oscillators, we can write this in the form of summation n naught summation infinity n to the power n naught n1 in this way. But what is n? Maxwell Bose, according to the Maxwell Boltzmann distribution, n is equals to number of oscillators with the ground state energy e raised to the power nh mu divided by kt. You have to substitute this expression here in the forms of n3, and then you have to take n naught outside, and then you have to take summation for all quantities. So this expression gives the, so this expression gives the number of oscillators in the black body. Now what we have to calculate? The energy of all oscillators in the black body. So if there are n naught oscillators having energy, ground state energy, then their energy, with this energy expression can be written as, you can write this expression E is equals to the, this you can write here, E is equals to, energy is equals to the n naught into the ground state energy E naught. So n naught oscillators having energy, ground state energy E naught. Okay, plus, then what is the next term? Next term will be that n1 oscillators are there having energy 1 h mu. So here you can write it as a 1, and then you can write it as a 1 h then mu. Okay, plus, plus what will you take here? Plus there are n2 oscillators, n2 oscillators having energy twice h mu. Okay, so in this way there are n3 oscillators having energy n3 into thrice h mu. Then how you can write this expression? This expression by substituting n1 or n2 in the in Maxwell Boltzmann distribution function, you can write this energy E is equals to n naught summation to the infinity n to the power n start from 0 n h mu e raised to the power n h mu divided by kt. So from this, from these two equation we will get the number of oscillators and total energy of a oscillators in a black body. So if you get these two terms, then you can calculate the average energy, which is the sum of, which is the ratio of energy of oscillators in the black body to the total number of oscillators. Substitute these two values here, and then we have to solve this equation. Then what we have to do is that we have to assume that this e raised to the power minus h mu divided by kt, this term is taken as a x. Okay, then this term will be replaced with, if you take this term will be replaced with n into the h mu take outside, then n into the x raised to the power n. If there is a term summation infinite, summation from n starts from 0 to infinity n x raised to the power n, then this term will equals to 1 minus x raised to the power minus 2. Similarly, here the summation infinite, summation n start from 0 to infinity, and this term will be equals to the x raised to the power n, because e raised to the power minus h mu divided by kt is taken as x. Then this summation will equals to 1 minus x raised to the power minus 1. Then we have to substitute these values here. Then what we will get, h mu 1 minus x raised to the power minus 2 in the numerator and 1 minus x raised to the power minus 1 in denominator. This, by simplification, you can write this equals to h mu into 1 minus x raised to the power minus 1. Then what we have to do, then what in place of x we have to substitute its original value, e raised to the power minus h mu divided by kt. So again this equation can be simplified by multiplying and dividing numerator and denominator by e raised to the power minus h mu by kt. Then again divide and numerator and denominator with e raised to the power minus h mu divided by kt, you will get this equation. Okay, what is this equation? This equation will be ratio of h mu divided by e raised to the power h mu divided by kt minus 1. So this is an expression for your average energy, so that is important. So what is the expression for your average energy? H mu divided by e raised to the power minus, there is no minus, sorry, h mu divided by e raised to the power h mu divided by kt minus 1. You can easily do this all things on writing on a copy and do as I said in this video. You will get this equation. Okay, now now we have to find out the number of oscillators in a frequency interval mu to mu plus d mu. So how many frequency modes of oscillators are there in the frequency range of d mu, that we have to calculate. So this is given by number of oscillators in the frequency range mu plus del mu is given by 8 pi mu square divided by c cube. So this equation gives you the number of oscillators in a frequency range mu to mu plus del mu. So from this equation you can find out the energy density. So energy density in a frequency range mu plus del mu can be find out as product of average energy and number of oscillators and d mu. So substitute the value of average energy from both side. This is the expression for average energy, equation number 5, and this is expression for your number of oscillators. Substitute this value here, you will get the expression in this way. Okay, so by simplification you can write this. So this is known as your Planck's law of radiation. So this Planck's law of radiation is applicable for the complete spectrum of black body radiation. What is mean by complete spectrum? So suppose if you take two axes here, and if it is a, this one side you take frequency, and this one side if you take the energy density or intensity, you can also take the intensity also here, energy density versus frequency. Then in case of black body, this will be the graph of black body distribution spectra. So this complete spectrum can be explained by using this expression. Hence we can say that Planck's law of radiation is applicable for complete spectrum of a black body radiation. This expression is in terms of frequency. You can write this expression in terms of wavelength by simply by substituting frequency equation in terms of wavelength. So what is equation for frequency? Mu is equals to c divided by lambda. Then what is del mu? Del mu is equals to minus c divided by lambda square into d lambda. Substitute this value here, del mu with minus c divided by lambda square, and substitute mu with c divided by lambda, you will get this equation. So this is the equation in terms of wavelength. This equation, this is known as the Planck's law of radiation in terms of wavelength, and this is the Planck's law in terms of frequency. So this law is applicable for the lower wavelength. From this graph you can say that this law is applicable for lower frequency as well as higher frequency. So it is also from this equation. Suppose if you take the equation in terms of frequency, then what is the Rayleigh-Jeans law? Rayleigh-Jeans law is applicable for the lower frequencies. Lower frequencies, or you can take it as a higher wavelength. If frequency is low, wavelength is high, or if wavelength is low, frequency will get high. So in case this Rayling's law is applicable for low frequency, so by you this equation, by this Planck's equation, or this is in terms of wavelength. Suppose if you take the expression in terms of frequency, so this is the equation of Planck's law of radiation in terms of frequency. From this equation you will get the Rayling's law if you consider the condition for lower frequency. If the frequency is small, then value of h mu h mu will be very much small than the kt, and e raised to the power h mu divided by kt can be substituted as 1 plus h mu divided by kt. If you substitute e raised to the power h mu divided by kt in this equation, if you substitute e raised to the power h mu divided by kt is nearly equals to the is nearly equals to the 1 plus h mu divided by kt, and you will get this expression. So this expression is known as your this expression is your known as your Rayleigh-Jeans law. So what we have learned is that